should we do the Abbey Road thing or not?
If you
there
want.
are
I
like
don't even know what the thing is to you.
Okay, look at how schizophrenic these notes were. This is how angry you were making me.
Are you talking about a ranking that I did, or just the Abbey Road review?
What do you mean? You ranked the songs in Abbey Road?
Never mind. You're just talking about my straight up Abbey Road review. You had an issue with it?
You ranked the Beatles?
No, stop talking.
Have you ranked the Beatles?
Listen.
What? Good evening and welcome back to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm Adam Friedland. If you've been enjoying this new season of the show so far, I'd like to remind you to consider supporting the Adam Friedland Family Foundation right here on YouTube.com. Click join right at the top of the YouTube page. You get episodes early starting this week. You'll get them 2 days early. For members, you'll get the episode on Wednesday. For the rest of the public, you get it on Friday. My guest this week is none other than YouTuber and music critic Anthony Fantano, who has amassed an audience of over 3 million people here on YouTube.com and millions more across other platforms. It would be safe to say that Fantano is perhaps the world's biggest music critic currently. He's also known as the internet's busiest music nerd, a nickname he gave himself. As the host of a talk show, I'll admit it, I have no idea what it's like to be a YouTuber. So in an effort to relate, I started my own YouTube project. A social experiment, if you will. I present to you my personal YouTube channel, where I've been sharing some of my music.
Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortune together.
I've never admitted this publicly, but I am a practicing acoustic guitar player. After starting this channel only a week ago, I've already seen my audience balloon, over 4 subscribers worldwide. I've amassed this audience with zero promotion or media attention. I could have easily used my massive platform to promote this project, but I didn't. Because that would have been a corruption of the mission of this project, to peek inside the YouTuber's world.
Ain't it just like
The feedback has been positive, with the exception of only 6 hateful comments. It was extremely hard work being a YouTuber, and it granted me a new appreciation for the work of men like Fantano, Beast, Pi. Sticking to a content production schedule like this has been frankly grueling. Refreshing my page to check for new subscribers, it affected my personal and professional relationships. I even considered turning to drugs. So before you comment on an Asmongold video, take a moment and think. It may look easy, but these people work extremely hard to bring you some of the best content in the world, including today's guest. Please enjoy my interview with Anthony Fantano. Our guest today has amassed over 1 billion views cross-platform. He is perhaps the biggest music critic in the world. I think that's actually, you could argue that. Everyone, please welcome Anthony Fantano. Bigger. More.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, I watched your Abbey Road review last night, and it literally infuriated me into not being able to sleep for 2 hours.
Why?
We're gonna get to that later.
You just brought it up now.
It really does elicit such a.
What's wrong with my Abbey Road
No, we're
review?
gonna get to that later.
No,
Good.
tell me.
We're gonna do a whole segment where we go through and you're gonna have to defend whatever this insanity is. Who do you think you're? I think you're a psycho. I think you're a sicko. You're going 2X on this crap.
I'm not listening to all the music that I review casually. I mean, there are a lot of records that I review and I just don't listen again. Either because I don't like it, or maybe it's like, not calling back to me in the way that some other albums are. But like those albums that do, like stick with me, and I am like listening to in a casual way and showing my friends and like seeing a show. Like, you know, I mean, for example, like, you know, in my downtime last year, I was listening to Brat a lot, you know, and there was like a lot of
Brad
things.
Pitt.
Charlie XCX.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
But that's kind of
Well, because of how much I was listening to that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was happening in my life last year that I associate with that album.
I mean, that was the biggest album of last year.
I mean, for me, for a lot of people.
I guess does it get exhausting needing to think something about something? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because for me, I listened to it, I was like, gay guys are probably having the best time to this, but like, I don't know, it's just, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're having a great time, but it's just like,
not everything,
I don't need to have an opinion about it.
Not everything is going to appeal to everyone, and I mean, as opinionated as I am about a lot of things, like,
and I'm not gay. I'm definitely.
Yeah, we know you don't like the album.
I just want to say,
like,
the apple in the town of the tree.
Yeah.
I've heard. I mean, it's an Uber and stuff.
Yeah, not liking Brad is like probably like the straightest thing that you can do.
I don't not like it. I just didn't respond.
Well, I mean, it doesn't resonate with you.
It did. It was just like I could tell. It's like people. There are people that are like, this is f***ing amazing,
right?
And I feel I'm gonna live forever. And for me, it was just like, I don't know. There's one song the short one that sounds like Radiohead. I like that one. Oh,
with like the sad synths in the background.
Yeah,
and everything. Yeah, no, that's a great one.
It's up. She's called Charlie IDF though, right? What are your earliest music memories? Like, how did you get into music? Where you're from Connecticut?
Yeah.
And your dad's got big muscles and stuff?
Yeah,
he's a bodybuilder.
He was a powerlifting coach.
And you're a bodybuilder as well?
I mean, I know how to lift because he taught me. Yeah.
It's a family thing.
I wouldn't
having
say
big old muscles.
I wouldn't say it's an institution, but like, you know.
You want your body to match your dad?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No. He was in very bad shape and bad health for a long time because of how far he kind of pushed himself.
Oh, because he was lifting too many weights?
He's torn muscles, had to have surgeries, and so on and so forth.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you even want to get muscles, like fashion muscles? That's your fault. I guess he was getting other guys buff too.
Yeah, he was a coach.
It must be. Was he like a chill dad? It must be.
Oh no, absolutely.
If my dad was so buff, I wouldn't have liked it.
He was very imposing. He was very heavy on the threats.
So why'd you get muscles too? To patch things up, maybe?
No, I just like going to the gym.
What was your musical memory?
First musical memories. That's really what you want to know?
Yeah, like why do you like music? That's why I like music.
Yeah.
Because I was a kid, my parents played me Paul Simon Graceland. I remember being a kid and listening to it. There's a nostalgic aspect to it.
I mean, I love that for you. Number one.
That's a little. I don't like. I love that for you. That's what women say to their friends. When they say that, like when they get a new boyfriend who's like, for you. It's kind of also like, it sounds like an old Jewish man too. For you, I like that. What do you mean? You like that for me?
I do like that for specifically you.
Why for me? It's a great album. What are you talking about?
I don't know if I would want that to be my first. You know, it's like,
you infuriate me to know.
Honestly,
what was your first?
My parents never had that moment with me like you just described, where they sat me down and was like, "Hey, this is like."
They didn't do it. It was just in the car and stuff.
But no, it's like either way, in the car, whatever. You know, they were never like, "You got to check this out." You know, so it's like whatever was kind of popular at the time. Like I just kind of osmosis just took in based on whether or not it just appealed to me instantly, and that was like, you know, Green Day, that was like Nirvana, it was like TLC, it was like Coolio and Biggie, and you know, just stuff that was popular at the time.
I don't know if I would want that to be my first.
I mean, I was kind of, you know, again, I agree.
I don't think if your parents
agree
say
with your
to you,
sentiment.
"I want you to check this out," then you're by virtue of the fact that they're your parents, you're not gonna like it.
Conversely, I had a lot of friends who were like into certain bands and certain artists, and like I would even like see, you know, them say stuff like this, like, "Turn that garbage off," you know. Like, while my parents like didn't necessarily push me in any direction, they were kind of down with whatever I felt like I was into, which I felt like kind of gave me the ability to just kind of decide on my own what was cool and what wasn't.
They let you listen to what any music,
whether it was like metal or rock or rap or pop or whatever. You know, it was cool.
That's nice of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do people's parents still do that? I feel like
know
it's
if
like
they
the
do
town
these
from
days.
Footloose. They would do that.
There's like a lot of younger people that watch me, and sometimes like when they do kind of describe such experiences to me, that I generally get like, positive stories about like, oh yeah, my dad's into all these bands that I'm into, or like, I mean, there's a generational shift now. There's like kids that tell me like, yeah, my dad put me on to Sonic Youth, and it's like, what the fuck?
I couldn't name one track.
Of Sonic Youth?
Yeah, everyone says it acts like it's a.
I mean, that's fine. It's
I
just funny
couldn't name
because
one
like
track.
things have shifted in such a way to where for some parents that's like oldies now. Like Sonic Youth is oldies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Smashing Pumpkins is oldies.
That's a good band.
They're a good band.
I'll say
but
it
I mean,
this
but
way.
they were a new band when I was young.
The one time my parents were like, "I want you to check this out." My mom, and I feel so bad about it. She came into I was in high school. She was like, "Hey Adam," like she had like a CD in her head. She's like, "Hey Adam, like you like reggae, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love reggae."
What information was she basing that off of?
She
That
just
you were
knew
a big
I liked
reggae
Bob
guy?
Marley and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean,
Okay.
it's not that crazy of a thing to know about me. So my mom. So when I was in high school, the one time my parents suggested I check something out, my mom walked in my room. She said, "Hey Adam, you like reggae, right?" She had a CD in her head. And I was like, "Yeah, I like reggae." And she's like, and then she goes, "Well, there's a rabbi who does reggae," and I got the CD, and I was like, "Get the out of my room right now." I was like, that will never be cool. That is the worst idea for it. That is this. Fuck you. I think I called her gay. Maybe I was like, "You're gay, mom." And then I got to school. I went to public school, and my non-Jewish friends were like, "Yo, there's this rabbi that does reggae."
This is the Matisyahu guy?
Yeah, it was Matisyahu.
yeah.
It was the most shocking thing in the world.
He was like so
I shouldn't have
huge when I
spoken
was
that
in
way to my
college.
mother.
Yeah.
I can't believe I spoke to her that way.
Yeah.
She was right.
He popped off when I was in college, and a lot of people thought it was cool.
The protocols of the elders of Zion.
If you throw around terminology like that, eventually you are going to get a reggae rabbi. It's going to happen. Right.
There were like moments you remember your whole life that like you get shook, where you're like, this has blown my mind, and this has changed my life. What were a couple of those moments when you were a kid?
Where like a
With
piece
bands.
of music that I heard that like changed my
Where
life.
you're like, this is fucking wow. Like, wait, you should.
I think like getting into really sort of like aggressive heavy metal music when I was a teenager was probably like a moment like that. And then I think probably hearing like bands like Dead Kennedys for the first time. You know what?
Ah.
Like, okay, wait, hold on. You know what? It was like a mind-blowing band when I was like an adolescent, like in that period that you're talking about, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, so
Like that's like around when Evil Empire
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like I was so into
Yeah.
Bulls on Parade. Crazy
Yeah.
song.
Did your parents get divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Rage Against the Machine was big for divorce. I won't do what they told you.
That like I did hear that like within a couple of years after that happened. So I mean, like that hit at the right time. Yeah.
It is music that is presented as like smart politics, but it's literally for babies, I think. Kind of.
I think
You, I won't do what.
That's just the one dumb song.
But an adult man, the guitars went
Like
to
if
Harvard.
you're actually a Rage fan, that's one of your least favorite songs. That's one of your least favorite songs. If you're a Rage
What do you
fan.
mean? It's a sick song.
If you're a casual
I would listen
fan,
to it before if I was about to be in an NFL football game and I want to break someone's face. I would listen to it.
That's the thing. It's like that's the
You don't have
context
to
in which it
do
makes
that
sense.
where you say that song is not.
I don't have to, but I did.
You, I won't do it. What is the word? What are the words?
You won't do what you tell me.
That's so sick. But that is what a baby says, like writing a song.
Well, the song is anti-cop though.
Yeah, the parents of society. You consumed like criticism when you were a kid, or what?
No.
You read like Pitchfork
No.
probably, right?
When I was a kid.
You didn't.
When I was a
when
child?
you were a teenager, when you were growing up. You didn't read Pitchfork?
No.
No, this is a bullshit.
No.
You're lying.
Like I
find that very hard to believe.
I think the most me and
Giving
my friends.
a numerical value to
Yeah.
you
that's
happened
not, that's
upon
not
that?
to say. Well, listen, I'm not saying that like Pitchfork didn't influence me or that I wasn't like aware of Pitchfork when I started doing what I did. But the thing is, like, you're asking me? I'm not going to pretend to sort of like have cool taste and cool points of being like, yeah, I was on a Pitchfork before anybody else was or whatever. It just wasn't the thing I was paying attention to when I was younger.
It made me feel old interacting with your content.
Well, again, there's like a lot of new pop that just sounds like pop from the 2000s now.
Right. It doesn't seem like anything sounds like anything new.
I mean, after I think
like, what's the Kid A of now?
What's the Kid A of now? That's a good
It's
question.
not. There is none. What's like the Stevie Wonder of now?
See, here's the thing, and I'm gonna bust your balls a little bit about this.
Why?
Like,
Because I'm a boomer?
I feel like no. Like, Kid A's a great record, classic record, love it.
Stop.
Okay, but the thing is, like, I feel like whether or not that's a mind-blowing album to you depends on like how much electronic music you've heard before you got introduced to Kid A. Like, if you were already in
I was 14 years
okay,
old,
but
and
the
I was
thing
like,
is-
wow.
Well, you're asking me what the Kid A is of today.
And also, shut up. It's
Like,
the best. It's amazing.
It's a great album,
Shut
but the
up.
thing is, like,
What do you mean?
If you've heard Aphex Twin before you heard Kid A, that album's not blowing your mind the same way.
What are you? Who cares? Do you understand what art is? Art is like you.
Okay, you're
there are
okay,
things
so
and
like-
that you're
okay.
influenced by, and then you improve upon them.
Okay.
I'm
You're-
just saying,
okay.
what are the new things? And I
Okay,
can't.
you're asking me what is an artist that kids blow their minds at because
Like,
of,
is there a
because of
Stevie
an
Wonder
ignorance
of
to
now?
other sounds and genres out there in music? I'd say it's Playboi Carti.
It's Stevie Wonder of now.
No, he's the Kid A of now.
He's the Kid A of now.
Yeah, he's the artist that children's minds are blown by because they have
Kid
an
A isn't for
ignorance
children.
toward what
It's for
came
the
before
smartest
it.
people on earth. It's for some of the people that understand that the president is. You can't trust it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
When you on something, right?
Yeah.
If you don't like something,
Right.
the artist is obviously going to get pissed off because they like worked hard on it, and
Right.
then they're like, "F this guy." But their fans, I think, also. Have you seen a rise in the people that like the artist getting pissed off at you?
Over the course of time that I've been doing what I do,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there was a rise. Like, I still see, and I, really in the first few years of doing what I do full time, like, one of my earliest reviews was a review that like blew up, and I just got widespread hate for it.
For what?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But
Come on, dude. You just.
what?
It's bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just okay.
What do you mean? Just it's.
I think
got
he- I think he has-
Run Away.
I think he has better
It's got
albums.
the Nicki verse on Monster.
Yeah, there's highlights.
It's
on
got
it.
the best Jay-Z verse I've ever heard. Goblins, spookies, spookies.
That is not the
scary
best
things,
Jay-Z verse.
Halloween, Frankenstein. Things that go bump in the night. Monsters. It's great.
It's okay.
It's not. Come on.
College Dropout's better.
You gave Yeezus a 3,
I give it a 5.
but that was a music that when people heard it, they were like, "This is a new type of a thing."
I mean,
I know.
Again, that depends on what you've heard.
Kanye was copying Death Grips.
I have it on
100%. What?
I have it on good authority that a friend of mine who was connected to his team, helped burn him a bunch of CDs
Who,
of
Nick
stuff
Fuentes?
that like. No, it was the early 2010s. Though that freak was still around that time.
Nick Fuentes? Yeah, he was in kindergarten.
Yeah, probably. No, he was like I can't remember.
What is he? He's like an old man that looks like a little kid. Gary
No,
Coleman?
he's younger. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about that freakazoid.
Sorry, can you
I
stop cussing on my show?
know a friend of mine who had knowledge that like a bunch of sort of like prevailing industrial hip hop artists,
So they're copying Trent Reznor.
including Death Grips, like they had their music burned on a CD. He was exposed to it. But the thing is, like,
but
I
he's
think
getting
but with
influenced
that,
by
but with
other
that,
artists.
But with that being said, I think Travis Scott had more of an impact on the sound of that record than Death Grips did.
So what?
I'm not saying that is a bad thing. You're talking.
That's just what art
You
is.
posited a few minutes ago that there was
No,
absolutely
you're
no
saying
Death
he's
Grips
biting.
influence.
You're saying he's biting, right?
I think it's not that interesting if you've heard other stuff, is what I'm saying.
Ugh, you're such a dickhead, dude.
I mean, that's kind of my job.
It's so brave, though. I really like, because it is infuriating, right? When I love, I like music a lot, right?
Sure.
And if you disagree with me, it does upset me.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think you're doing some sort of thing for attention, to girls or something.
to girl. If
Yeah,
it's for
girls
girls,
are like, oh my
it's
god,
not.
he doesn't like Yeezus.
If it's for girls, it's
he's
not working.
crazy. He's different. You're doing it. No.
My audience
well,
has like
what
almost.
upsets me is this.
My audience is like 80% men.
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky. 80%. I think us too. It's a terrible feeling, isn't it?
I'm neutral on it.
You're neutral on it? No, it doesn't feel good.
No, I'm neutral on it.
No, you want
It has
you want a
upsides and downsides.
50-50.
Why?
So you don't want to just like what? Like male online internet population? It's not a...
I mean, I feel like it
They're not
has
the
its
nicest.
upsides. If they're watching me, they're not watching Andrew Tate.
What you think that that's a thing?
Sure.
Maybe they like music and like the coolest guy of all time.
Now, Andrew Tate hates music.
He does like music?
He hates music.
He's got so...
Well,
See,
the
that's what
thing
he's
is,
doing.
the thing is, like
He's-
people of that mindset hate art generally.
Okay, so you have a community, right? So you
Sure,
have
to an extent.
millions of people that are part of your community.
I wouldn't call it a community.
Well, no, you're constantly interacting with them. You say you're
Yeah, but
asking
that
them
doesn't make
questions.
it a community.
You're asking them questions. You say, "What's the best album of the 2000s?"
Like,
and,
across
and then
like
someone
se-
says Kid A, and you go,
Across
you
several
could say
million
that, but
people.
You'd be wrong.
Across several million people,
It's in
there's little
Rainbow.
cohesion.
When I watched that one, you said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could say that, but you'd be wrong. In Rainbows is better. But does it matter?
In Rainbows is better than Kid A, yeah.
But does it matter?
No, none of it matters, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to put out my opinion.
But what is the, like, I guess what's the cultural merit of assigning a new, is it you, like, who, like, what does it matter, like, who cares?
I guess if you want me to explain the context that all of that is coming
It's great
out of.
content. I mean,
Sure.
It's really engaging, and I wanted to keep clicking and keep saying
Getting angry.
alone, alone. But like, why can't you just be like they're really good? Yeah.
Why can't I just say they're all great?
But why does Kid A have to be worse than OK? Well, that's a really good one.
Well, okay, here's
those
the
three
thing.
are really good.
If you're actually going to be critical, like
No.
for a living, you have to sort of like break some eggs.
But don't you think that it's kind of like I don't know. It doesn't.
See, here's the thing. It's like you're asking sort of like what is the merit
Is
and what
it
is the
criticism,
point?
or is it?
You're asking what is the merit and what is the point of what I'm doing. Wouldn't there be even
What's
less?
the project? What's the objective?
Wouldn't there be even less of a point to a critic that just says everything is good?
No, not everything's good, but like.
Well, yeah, not everything is good. So the thing is, if you just said everything was good all the time, why would anybody watch?
I'm saying that if two albums are both really good, does it matter if? And also, does it matter if OK Computer is? They're all really good albums. It's a really good band.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get enough of
Like
this crap.
to say that like I enjoy In Rainbows more than Amnesiac isn't to say that I don't enjoy Amnesiac or that it isn't a good album. I'm
Right.
just stating a preference.
No, but but it is for your community. They want to see what Melon's gonna say about this crap.
Sure.
It's a game, kind of more.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I mean, it's supposed to be fun,
It's fun
on some level. Yeah.
It's not fun for me.
Because
but
because the thing is, like, with a band like Radiohead
Yeah.
that has as versatile discography as they do, and even Kanye, like, to make such a list, everybody's going to have a wildly different opinion. I mean,
no,
they have,
I think
they have so many. they
there's
have
a
so
right
many-
answer. What the
No.
thing that?
Well, what's the right
whatever-
answer?
It's whatever. I mean, what's the right answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing I think.
What is the thing that you think?
Hey guys, today we're talking about Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off. It'll knock your neighbor's socks off. You'll have to move towns, multiple towns over, because of the amount of noise you'll be making. Blue Chew Max, it has arrived. It combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis in one. And that combo acts fast. Guys, be ready when she needs it. Get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is just a few clicks away. Sign up at bluechew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers. No awkward trips to the doctor. No awkward trips to the pharmacy. You get it sent direct to your house in discreet packaging. No one is the wiser. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. They're made by union men in American factories. What's the best part? It's all done online. It means no visits to doctors. I said that part already. Guys, more horsepower. Enough said. You use BlueChew.com. Here's a real comment someone left about Blue Chew. I can cut diamonds with my tip, dude. It's a real comment. It was said by me. I was the one who left that on their website. We could all relate to wanting to feel a little bit more confident, especially in the bedroom, and Blue Chew can help. So here's the deal, guys. You make your life easier and harder by discovering your options at BlueChew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month free at Blue Chew when you use our promo code TAFS, and you just pay the $5 shipping. That's promo code TAFS. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast, guys. You just pay shipping. Try it out for a month. Enjoy. Blue Chew. Back to the show. Should we do the Abbey Road thing or not?
If you want. I don't even know what the thing is to you.
Okay, look at how schizophrenic these notes were. This is how angry you were making me.
Okay.
There's like different pieces of paper. There's no logical flow. Okay. Should I actually
You're
play?
talking. Oh wait, Tom, you're just talking about my classic Abbey Road review, just the standalone review of the album.
Yeah,
Are you talking about a ranking that I did, or just the Abbey Road review?
What do you mean? You ranked the songs in Abbey Road?
Never mind. You're just talking about my straight up Abbey Road review. You had an issue with it?
You ranked the Beatles?
No, stop talking.
Have you ranked the Beatles?
Listen.
What? I listened to you talk
Beatles,
about Abbey Road,
just
right?
a review.
Which is
Okay.
you got the. It's so.
But it's like
it's so brave of. I mean, it's crazy of. You're a sick man.
Listen.
Say what it like.
For context, for everybody who's watching this,
it's a sick thing.
For everybody who's watching this, who is sane, I did a classic Abbey Road
people
review.
Are loco right now.
Classic Abbey Road review that is very positive and very glowing, because I do think it is my favorite Beatles album. So I'm perplexed.
Yeah, but you just don't have.
As to what you hate about it. What do you hate about me loving that album?
Because
the way you're talking, you're making it sound like I shit on the record and talk like it was the worst thing ever.
You didn't shit on it, but the way you talked about it really
how did I
pisses me
talk
off.
about it that you got pissed off about?
You said that the Golden Slumbers medley was art pop.
Yeah, that's a very
No, that's not a thing. Do you understand that this is where
that's a very well established opinion?
No, you're like, and the Love Shack, baby. It's not art pop. It didn't exist. Nothing exists. They made.
That's not art pop.
They made
B-52s are not
music.
art pop. That's new wave.
Oh my god! Oh, you put on a fucking big suit. What?
Now I understand why you're pissed.
It's in terms of a term. It's like it's offensive to my ear.
Why?
Because
art pop is a thing.
It's a contemporary term. It's like saying.
Well, wait. It's
like the Golden Slumbers medley was Twitter. It's an inappropriate like phrasing for it. Because the thing is like that. It's the Rosetta Stone, right?
For the time period, that record was progressive and artsy by pop standards. I mean, it's sort of like
not art pop though.
When?
Because that's like some lesbian in the 1990s in college.
I understand.
It's offensive to the Beatles.
I understand the era of music that term is usually attached to, because obviously it's sort of like snowballed into something bigger that was like a larger musical movement.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a band, and we're talking about
the
artists.
Golden Slumbers medley was swing revival. Yeah.
Who were ahead of the curve.
It was cloud rap. Yeah.
We're talking about artists who were ahead of the curve, and like.
It wasn't ahead of the curve. They invented pop music.
They did not invent pop music.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
Do you play
guitar? The
Beatles
did not invent pop music.
Do you play guitar?
Pop music precedes the Beatles.
I know that. Yeah. But do you understand? Like, everything comes there. It's the source.
A lot of things do, which is why I and other
the
people.
Beatles obviously came from other places, right?
Sure, and there's a lot of people who rightly acknowledge the fact that, like, I Want You, She's So Heavy, the last passages of it. That's like one of the first metal riffs, if not the first like metal riff.
Yeah.
You know?
So sick.
But the thing is, like,
How do they know it didn't exist?
You could call that like metal in a sense, while also acknowledging that like metal as we know it came later.
What do you mean?
That's not to say that riff is. That's not to say the Beatles are a metal band because they did that riff.
It just it was grating on my ear to say the Golden Slumbers, which is probably the best song. It's probably the best moment in music to me.
But you're just mad that I use the term art pop
because it's like offensive. Because it's the most important thing. And I just okay. Let's go back through my look at this. This is like a manifesto.
Earlier, you accused me of being grading on purpose. I think you're
at minute 11.
At
minute 11, you're reviewing "Oh Darling," right?
Okay.
Which is a
oh darling.
The emotion, the fucking like how fucking pissed he's singing at the end, how much pain he's in.
Okay.
Right.
He's in love on that song.
You said that you wish that Paul could sing more regular.
Yeah.
Like, what gives you the right? Come on, just don't say. But what gives you the confidence to say that? I'm
because
you're a beast.
I look at Paul McCartney.
Why would you say that?
And I don't see when you tell me. You know, I mean, I get that
you
he can
think
do
that doesn't sound sick.
It's like John Fogerty singing about being from down by the bayou. He's not.
Okay, have you heard the Bee Gees song Massachusetts? They've never been to Massachusetts. They didn't know what Massachusetts was.
They didn't know what it was?
It sounded good there.
Oh, okay.
And it does sound good there. So what do you mean that when you told me, do you understand that they consumed American rock and roll?
No, I get that.
And they lived in a place, no one even knew what Liverpool was, right? Until they came here. And then they gave it back to us. And as a cultural exchange, it's incredible. It's like you can't possibly say I wish Paul would sing more regular here.
Yeah. And he has the capacity to. You know, we've heard "Hey Jude."
What you want it to sound? That's just don't say that.
He's just singing straighter on that song.
Pete, cut that for him. It's just you wanted it to sound more like "Hey Jude."
I didn't want it to say. I just wanted him to sing a bit straighter on that.
Let it be the Beatles. It's just it's there. It's been there already. You don't have to say it's why? Like, what's the point of it? It stresses me out. I'm stressed again just thinking about it. I am. And I know, like, listen, if you're talking about that album, a kid sees it, and that's great, right? But like, you're so brave and crazy, and you're sick in the head for even saying, I wish Paul would do a little bit more of a regular voice in this moment.
I think we should be allowed to be critical of everything. Like
greatest songwriter of all time.
Paul McCartney, the greatest songwriter of all time.
Yes.
Point blank. Period.
Bob Dylan.
No competition.
Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney. Yeah. In my opinion.
I mean, like,
you're wrong.
There's
the answer.
Probably
okay. Maxwell Silverhammer, you said that it was like disturbing.
Yeah, but that's what's funny about it.
But you understand that the words they're just saying any word.
No, that's not true.
Did you see?
The Beatles do have songs where they consciously did say just any words, and on purpose, just because there were people who were reading too much into their music. So
how are you disturbed by it? It's a baby song. We all know it.
What are you talking about?
You said that this qualified, that it qualifies. Everyone thinks that John is the weird artist, and Paul is the normal one, but he writes this most disturbing song.
Yeah. But that's what's fun. You're confused.
First of all, John was the emotional
I'm citing this as like, this is a positive, interesting characteristic of the record.
I'm exhausted right now. I've been up all night. Okay. When he says, and I will sing you a lullaby, right? And then the next word is what?
The big golden slumber crescendo.
Okay. Yeah. You take issue with the fact that it wasn't a lullaby that comes next.
No, I didn't. I took issue with it not. No, I did not.
You said that a lullaby should come next.
No, I did not.
You're driving me
nuts. Now
Now
you're just making stuff up. I did not say that.
Check it. Can someone check it?
I did not say.
I swear to God.
I did not say I'm mad.
That's what I punched.
I
You
did
didn't
not
say you were mad. You were like, you would be expecting a lullaby here.
I did not say that. I did not say
I think you did
that
say
I was
that.
upset or that there was anything bad about not a lullaby following that part. I know for a fact. I put out a lot of content and I can't remember every second of it, but I guarantee I did not say that there was an issue with not a
pretty
lullaby
sure-
following that.
I'm pretty sure a lullaby would come next.
Listen, what you're gonna have to do is
I think I'm right.
what you're gonna have to do is
feel
splice
bad.
in the clip of me saying,
I don't want to.
"Hey, you know what
think
really
you're
would
a
have been
great
good here? A
guy."
lullaby."
With Golden Slumbers, we get this very big dramatic showing of strings and horns and pianos for a lullaby that is described in the lyrics but never really quite happens. I mean, it is gorgeous and it is powerful, but I would be pretty angry if Paul McCartney went through all of this trouble to set up a lullaby only for him to kind of lead into, "Boy, you're gonna carry that weight."
No, what it is that just music means so much to people, and that's why they respond.
So much that you make up stuff to be mad about.
Hey guys, it's Adam again. And I want to talk to you about Lucy. Lucy is 100% pure nicotine, and it's always tobacco-free. Lucy Breakers are nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration. So set yourself up right with a subscription. You have Lucy delivered straight to your door. Listen, a lot of these ads are for people that are lazy. You don't have to go to the store. What's my favorite flavor? I like the coffee. I like to have a coffee with my coffee when I wake up, and I use the strongest strength that they have, which is 1,000 milligrams. They're in testing phase on that one, but because I work with Lucy, I get that. I throw it in first thing in the morning, and I get sharp for my day here at tafs. I get ready for my interviews. I have them in all the time, guys. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Guys, go to lucy.co/TAFS and use your promo code TAFS to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code TAFS to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Guys, go to Lucy. It'll change your life. You'll get sharp. You'll get focused. Let's get back to the show. If you look at your channel, the top, I'd say probably 20 or 30 videos on the needle drop are all hip hop.
A lot of them are, yeah.
You're probably the biggest hip hop critic nowadays.
Like it by virtue of just kind of reviewing
Numbers
it,
wise, yeah. Does it feel weird sometimes as a white guy to be talking about a black, like something that's predominantly black?
Sure.
How do you like manage that in terms of your reviews?
I mean, I feel like one of the ways I try to manage it, which I think is like kind of a best practice for me, is like you want to sort of like pay attention, very careful attention, and sort of like take care to sort of make note of and most importantly take seriously like the substance of the subject matter, you know, and especially like, you know, consider that like people are describing experiences that I don't personally have a super, you know, intimate familiarity with, but you know, simultaneously, you don't want to treat rap music like it's a special case, because I feel like that's kind of patronizing.
You're a music critic, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, you know, by that same token, while I say that, I also don't have intimate personal experience of what it is to be a woman.
I'll give you an example of what I'm trying to get at. In the NBA, right, punditry has, in the last 10 years, kind of become a lot about advanced statistics and metrics. And I think maybe perhaps is a result of a predominantly white pundit class talking about something that's predominantly black. But
sports is a bit more of a concrete subject matter than whether or not a song is good.
But the question is that, like, I don't know, I really saw a lot of your tweets during this Drake and Kendrick thing last year.
Sure.
And your analysis did tend to be like, you know, in the third round, they switched up the flow 3 times. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like you were giving kind of more of the stats.
A little bit, yeah.
Did you find it entertaining?
Yeah.
what is they, in your opinion? I mean, as a person that's commented on this.
Yeah. You want me to start answering now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we'll cut that down.
No, it's fine. I think from my personal outsider perspective, having, listened to and reviewed a great deal of Kendrick's music and looking at that song, like, I feel like there is sort of a weakness there or a bit of confusion there when you're talking about the song that you're observing, when you're kind of like looking at it outside of the greater context of like the beef between him and Drake.
Which was,
the thing is, if you look at specifically in that vacuum, I feel like the they is super clear in terms of like, in terms of it literally like him and his entourage and
him and his friends are like
and not only people who sort of engage in the sort of behavior that Kendrick paints him as, engaging in on the song. But also in his own way, Kendrick is trying to paint Drake in a way and again, this is not like me saying whether or not this is true. This is me saying like, this is what Kendrick is insinuating in the song. He's trying to paint Drake as culturally being outside of the black experience in a way.
Kamala Harris was told that she's not black, and there was an outrage.
Sure.
It's confusing to me why there wasn't a similar response by, people like yourself, or like why what happened with Drake was treated differently.
Like whether or not I was outraged that was the case.
It's kind of messed up, right?
Well, I think those were happening in two far different contexts.
Well, like Drake's like black, right?
Yeah, I can't deny that.
So okay.
Look. Here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not faulty messaging. Like, objectively speaking, like Drake's dad is black. Drake is black. I think. And again, I'm just insinuating here based on what I hear on the song. I feel like for Kendrick, what he was trying to get across on the track, because when you literally talk about sort of like who he collabs with and where he goes to sort of like make these kind of cultural connections and sort of like align himself with certain segments of hip hop music. I think he's sort of displaying that as more of a cultural blackness.
I think it's a lot of guys our age that are white guys that were like really getting into it, and it felt a little weird. I think we just had a nice time when Drake was here. We've had a lot of nice times while Drake was playing.
I think
now we have to know what a tariff is and stuff because Drake went away. Please, wherever you are, Australia, where is he now?
I think he's in America again.
Listen,
or in Canada.
I guess I just miss him.
Oh, he's still around.
No, everyone's laughing at him for being a nonce.
Well, so you can't be into Drake because other people aren't.
How do you deal with people being mad at you? I'm doing it right now to you, and you're a good guy. You're a sicko, but you're a good guy. No, I just disagree with what you're saying. But I have to imagine, people have sued you?
Yeah.
I gotta say, hats off. Like, the most famous male pop star of the last 15 years DM'd you and said that he thinks you're a zero or like a light one. It's crazy. Drake is the most famous male pop star, and you got rent free in there, and you're a guy from Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm still rent free in there.
Wait, that upset you? Your response there that's a genuine response.
No, I'm saying I still think it's likely that he thinks about me.
You think he's thinking about you still?
I know he's thinking about me.
Why is that?
I've seen evidence that he still thinks about me.
What does that mean?
So what is your question?
I'm asking you, like, how do you deal with people getting pissed at you?
I don't know.
Really?
I feel like it's just been happening. So I guess here's the thing: like, it's been happening so consistently for so long, and most of the criticisms are like. I feel like I've just been reading the same 3 to 5 hate comments like over and over and over for the past 12 years, you know? So it's like after a while I just become
What do they get mad about?
Just the same, you already know, just
like
oh, you reviewed
I'm
that
not
album.
Hate comments. I'm just mad at you for
it's the comments you've already seen.
You could tell Paul McCartney what he could do 80 years ago.
Yeah.
But what do they say? That you're
Oh, you shouldn't have rated this, that,
something?
or it's like you don't know shit
But
about
that's
music,
not a hate
or
comment.
no, it is.
Why? Because they disagree with your opinion on a song?
No, like you're a fucking idiot. You
That's not
rated this
hate.
wrong. Well, what is hate?
I don't know. I've got people telling me.
Or people claiming like you didn't even listen to the album, or you don't know shit about music. You're a fucking fat ass melon head white loser. Fucking
That's fine. It's the internet.
slur this, slur that, something
What
else,
slur
something
is there
else.
for you?
What
slur?
Everybody also sort of like on Twitter
Italian
now.
slurs?
Not even that. Like
What slur
like
is there for you?
homophobic slurs. So
Oh,
people
yeah,
also
yeah.
people on Twitter are sort of like everybody's using retard now. Everybody's just
Yeah,
like
but it's
saying
it's the
everyone's
internet.
a
It's
retard.
hell on earth.
No, it is hell on earth, but it's getting worse.
Yeah, I know. Elon did free speech, and it's too scary. I think we found that out. It's Sodom
It's
and
not even
Gomorrah.
free speech. They just wanted to be free to talk like fourth graders on the internet. That's all it is.
How-
It's not about a free expression of ideas.
I think you're right.
It's about a freedom to be a fourth grader on the internet.
Yeah, I think you are right. Like in fourth grade, a lot of people were like that the Holocaust never happened. Yeah. No, but I'm saying you're on 4chan. Don't act like the internet's you've seen crazy stuff
By
on
the time
internet.
that I was on 4chan, I had already read Howard Zinn, Noam Chomsky, and been introduced.
Can we cut that for him?
Been
You can't
introduced
say
to
that you read the people. You can't say that you had read Noam
People's
Chomsky
history?
before you joined 4chan. As
I
like
did.
But that's you don't. Come on, bro.
So the thing is, like, by the
You're
time I
stressing
came,
me out right
by
now.
the time I came across a lot of the ideological stuff that was on there, I was already like, oh, well, this is psychotic, you know?
Because you read the people's history of. No, come on.
Yeah.
Because you read two things.
Well, no, it wasn't just two things, but I'm saying
you've seen
Wait, listen, if
wackadoo
you-
stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying if
you've been exposed to that.
Okay, well,
before.
first off, let's not disregard Howard Zinn's People's History as like not the essential tome
Light three.
on imperialism that it is.
I know, I've read it.
And once you understand that,
fourth grade.
I feel, and once you understand that and have read it, there's like a lot of, I think, fear-based white identity politics that you're kind of like automatically inoculated against because you actually see like.
Oh, you're talking
the
about
presence-
Holocaust denial. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about Holocaust denial and also imperialism. And I feel like there's a lot of that you understand as bullshit when you're confronted with it, when you sort of understand the broader history of imperialism across the world.
Yeah, but I've never actually been on 4chan much, but is scary stuff like that?
I would say it's probably. I think because it's been like sold off and a lot of like the worst places where you kind of get a hold of those ideologies, it's kind of been pulled out of Pandora's box, and you can kind of see that stuff on Twitter now. I feel like you don't need to go to 4chan anymore to see that.
Well,
shit.
that's the point I was making. Is
Like we're talking about numerous eras here. The time period in which I was there, there was more of a variety of different people of ideologies because there weren't a whole lot of places to talk about a lot of the stuff that people were talking about on 4chan.
It was a board.
It was many different boards. But the thing is, like for example, on the music board, because I was mostly on the music board. Whenever
What are
somebody
they
would be
listening
coming,
to?
whenever somebody
Prussian Blue.
Radiohead, whenever somebody would come in and say
Wagner.
something ridiculous or racist or sort of like offensive, people would just be like, go back to the politics
To the
board.
racist one.
To the politics board.
Oh.
Like mostly the politics board was kind of just like relegated to the psychos. But then once there became more variety of places to discuss music, anime, so on and so forth, be it on Reddit or wherever, it became less essential to go talk about it there.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the psychopaths just started like running the asylum. And also it got sold off and so on and so forth. And
Who bought it?
I forget.
Even more racist guy?
I think maybe a less racist guy. I can't remember.
Oh, there was
at
a
this point.
documentary about it where it's like a little guy in a bed. What, did you guys see that? The 4chan documentary? What was that little guy in the bed all about? Right? You saw that, no? I forgot. Sick, dude. Have you listened to his stuff?
Can't say I have.
Have you made music?
Sure.
And you've been in bands.
Yeah.
You're a bassist, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any like songs that I could listen to?
No.
Come on, dude.
No.
Why don't you get a little taste of your own medicine? Let me just let me. I'm not gonna be mean about it.
Okay.
Well, I thought you were about to give me $1 million.
No. Sorry.
Chapstick. Yeah.
No.
It dries out your lips more.
No, it doesn't.
No, you gotta use Aquaphor.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to the CVS after this. All right. No, I want to hear. I'll play it. I'll give you a song of mine. We'll both put on headphones.
Okay.
And then honest reviews.
Okay.
Are you down?
Yeah.
For real though?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. This is exclusive for me.
Sure.
Are your friends and family have heard this?
A couple people, like friends that I've sent it to on my
But
phone.
the closest friends.
Yeah.
So sick.
Who the fuck is... Jesus Christ.
So you're a music critic.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a serious question though?
Yeah.
Have you ever farted into Shazam and discovered your new favorite U2 song?
No, I have not.
You should. That's how I. That's how I discovered that song. Was oh, two, three, 14. Yeah. Okay. Disgusting. What do you think is better, rock or rap? Just
Oh my
answer
God.
it, dude. Let's settle the goat. It's because you would stop laughing because you have the same birthday. It's disgusting.
All right. You're going to hate this. And I think this is like really shitty. So-
Why? Why?
Yeah,
no,
you're not gonna like it.
No, you know what you're doing? You're saying something because it's
Okay,
really
just
scary
put on-
to
just
put
put on the
yourself out there
headphones.
like that.
Just put on the headphones.
And then think about...
No, I got it. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
you
These
ready?
are your headphones? What are
Yeah.
You should have better headphones.
I mean, I know they're cheap. Okay, are you ready?
You're probably...
Are you ready?
You have $10 million?
Yeah, about.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You make mad money probably. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Whistle. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump, yeah.
It's a little political thing. Yeah.
He's done after this.
I'm done after this.
This is diss track. Diss track.
If you want to read it that way.
Diss track on Trump. Your diss track.
This is like a short thing.
It's not short. That seemed like it took
It's less
forever.
than 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. You really did that. You really did that for yourself.
By myself, yeah.
But if you want to take down Trump, you got to release this crap.
I don't want to release it. It's crap.
He's been accused 10 times. What? It's the style. Okay, here I'll give you my honest reaction. Making that for yourself is that's a very interesting thing to think about.
Why?
I don't know. Do you feel like you're getting your rocks off a little bit? Or you, like
It's
you
not
turn
so
off
much
TV?
about like.
Yeah.
I guess I just want to see if I could do it.
If you do a diss track on Trump?
Well, just record a song.
Oh, is that your only song you've ever done?
No.
Oh, so why did you say you wanted to see if you could record a song?
Oh, I haven't recorded a song that sounded quite like that.
Oh, yeah, it sounds a lot like it's like yeah, like 90s
A bit of a post-punky thing.
talk
Talk rock
talking,
kind of thing,
yeah. Like when they college radio.
Yeah.
My United States of whatever kind of thing. You remember
That's a
that song?
banger.
Yeah, yeah.
Syphil and
It's
Ollie.
kind of that. But I'm just thinking like to you were like, you know, it's really just it's a song about Donald Trump for yourself.
And it's about like
It's
weird,
a fascinating
it's about, like,
thing to think about.
weird right wingers that I see on the internet.
I think it was pretty much about Donald. Yeah, but it's
There's
but
like
it's
a
for
reference
yourself.
there, yeah.
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 It's just an interesting thing.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna drop it, right?
I don't think so.
Are you gonna keep practicing trying new diss tracks on Trump until you're ready?
No, I'm probably just going to keep practicing, just writing and recording different.
I think you're a
types
good
of songs.
guy. I think kids
Okay.
find out a lot of cool stuff because of you.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Bye.
Inside the eye